Hi everyone, this is Russian with Olya Dee. Today you're going to listen to the first episode and learn some ways how we greet people in Russian. We are gonna talk about the cultural habits and the correct pronunciation of the words so that you could speak like a native. First, I am sure you have already heard these words. They're so popular, and even people who are not good at Russian at all would know them. So the first word is Привет. Привет, which means hi. Then another word is Здравствуйте. Здравствуйте. This is hello. So you have just learned two new words. They are Привет, hi, and Здравствуйте. Hello. If you want to be polite in Russian, you should say Здравствуйте if it is addressed to people who you don't know well yet. And you should say Привет to people your age or the ones you know well, your friends. However, if you meet them first time or they are older than you are, your partner's parents, your executives, you'd rather say Здравствуйте. So, привет and здравствуйте. Let's learn the other greetings. Доброе утро. Good morning. Доброе утро. You can repeat after me. Доброе утро. The next one is good afternoon. That's Добрый день. Добрый день. Good evening in Russian sounds like Добрый вечер. Добрый вечер. And really important to know is good night. You could also use the word Добрый to say good night. Доброй ночи. Доброй ночи. Sometimes people would say спокойной ночи. So literally, Доброй ночи means have a kind night, have a good night. And спокойной ночи means have a quiet night. So you could say both. Доброй ночи or спокойной ночи. Let's go over those words and work harder on pronunciation. Having worked as a teacher for more than 12 years so far, I'm absolutely sure that pronunciation is extremely important for a language learner. I'm going to read it one more time, way slower, so that you could repeat after me and pronounce them properly. Доброе утро. Good morning. Доброе утро. Добрый день. Good afternoon. Добрый день. Добрый вечер. Good evening. Добрый вечер. And the last one is доброй ночи. Доброй ночи. Good night. If you meet a new person and you want to say that it's really nice to meet them or you're glad to see them, right? So you can say a phrase Приятно познакомиться. Приятно познакомиться, which means nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. You could also say Очень приятно. Очень приятно. Literally, it means very nice, but we could also use it as nice to meet you. To say, so am I, so do I, me too, you should say мне тоже. Мне тоже. And now it's story time. One of my students from America read the word познакомиться as communist. And it sounded hilarious in the class, like a nice communist, he said, instead of nice to meet you. We just had fun in the rest of the class, but the story was told just now so that you wouldn't be worried to say something wrong. It's okay to make mistakes and feel free to do so, as it's a part of learning process. The next few phrases are going to help you to ask a person how they are. And the first phrase is «Как дела?» «Как дела?» which means «How are you?» «Как дела?» You could say a shorter form, like «Как ты?» How are you? «Как ты?» which is sort of informal one. And then formal one would sound like «Как вы?» «Как вы?» How are you? So you could say three phrases. «Как дела?» «Как ты?» and «Как вы?» To say something back and you should say «А ты?» for informal conversation or «А вы?» for formal one, which means and you. They both mean and you. «А ты» is informal and «А вы» is formal. Pay attention to the different forms of you. They are ты and вы. The difference between them is that вы is a formal one and ты is informal. I think it comes from ancient Rome, where people used to call their emperor, like Russian Tsar, right? You in plural to show the respect. That was a bit of history and etymology of the words. Now we are about to learn the ways to answer those questions. In Russian you can say these. Я отлично. I'm great. Я отлично. Я хорошо. I'm good. Я хорошо. Я нормально. I'm fine. Я нормально. And я плохо. Я плохо, which means I'm bad. So as you can see, we have here too many O letters, and not all O sound the same way. Because if O is stressed, we pronounce it as O. Хорошо, right? If it's not stressed, then we pronounce it as A. That's why I say хорошо, even though I spell 3 O. Great! I think you've been doing a really good job so far. The last bit of today's vocabulary is goodbye word. We would use a few phrases to finish a conversation. And these phrases are До свидания. До свидания, which is goodbye. До встречи. До встречи. See you. And пока. Пока, which is bye. Please don't forget to subscribe to my other accounts on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube by hashtag Olya Dee. Don't hesitate to find me there and follow, as you will practice the most common words and phrases in the Russian language. The next exercise will help you to improve your listening skills. I'm going to read you some short dialogues, and your assignment is to translate them in your head into English. Then you can check if you were right. Dialogue 1. Доброе утро, Анна. Доброе утро, Александр. Let me repeat that for you. Доброе утро, Анна, which is good morning, Anna. Доброе утро, Александр, which is good morning, Alexander. The dialogue too sounds like Привет. Привет. Я Ольга. Я Иван. Let me repeat it for you. Привет. Hi. Привет. Hi. Я Ольга. I'm Olha. Я Иван. I'm Ivan. The next dialogue 3 is Здравствуйте, Дарья. Здравствуйте, Борис. Как дела? Нормально. А вы? Я отлично. Let me translate it for you now. Здравствуйте, Дарья. Hello, Дарья. Здравствуйте, Борис. Hello, Борис. Как дела? How are you? Нормально. Good. Fine. А вы? And you? Я отлично. I'm great. And the last one, a very short dialogue is До свидания, Мария. До встречи, Дмитрий. Let me repeat it for you. До свидания, Мария. До встречи, Дмитрий. And now the translation of this dialogue, you can check yourself. До свидания, Мария. Goodbye, Maria. До встречи, Дмитрий. See you, Dmitry. Amazing! You did really good job because you have learned how to greet Russian-speaking people and you have practiced how to ask them if they are okay. That's a lot for today. The next episode will contain the vocabulary so that you would be able to introduce yourself to others. How to say your name, words like thank you and sorry. Don't forget to tell your friends that you have been learning Russian with Olya Dee. До встречи! Пока-пока! See you! Bye-bye!